I'm standing in my childhood home, the Christmas lights twinkling around me, as my mother bursts into tears, her voice rising to a hysterical pitch. "You're doing this to me, with your transness, it's all so stressful." The word hangs in the air like a challenge, a gauntlet thrown down. I feel a surge of annoyance, a spark of anger igniting within me. This is the moment I realize I don't love her anymore. My mother and we've never had an easy relationship. There's always been a distance, a lack of warmth and affection. She's struggled with heavy drinking, and I've struggled with my own mental health, particularly during my teenage years. I was 14, 15, and self-harm and suicide attempts became a dark reality. My mother's response was often callous, more concerned with the inconvenience it would cause her than with my well-being. I remember one time, I was in the kitchen, staring at the knives, contemplating using them on myself. She walked in, caught me, and instead of comfort, she ranted about how she'd have to hide the knives. It was a defining moment, one that made me realize I was on my own. As I grew older, I began to understand my own identity, my own sense of self. I was dealing with gender dysphoria, and it was a constant, gnawing feeling. I started to explore my female identity, trying on skirts, dressing in ways that felt authentic to me. But it was all done in secret, hidden from my mother's prying eyes. She had a tendency towards TRF thought, and I knew that if she discovered my true self, she would not accept me. I was afraid, so afraid that I didn't even dare to try on new names with my friends when they offered. But the truth has a way of coming out, and mine did when I was 17. My school and psychiatrist outed me to my mother, and it was like a bomb had gone off. She didn't say anything to me directly, but I heard her discussing my transy feelings with someone else. I knew then that she would never accept me, that she would never understand. I felt a deep sense of sadness, of loss, because I knew that our relationship would never be the same. I moved to university at 18, determined to come out and live my life as a woman. But I was afraid of being disowned, afraid of being cut off financially. I didn't have the courage to tell my parents, not yet. I waited until I was 20, and then I finally found the strength to come out to my mother. I told her that if she was going to ignore me, then I would do whatever I wanted with my identity, irrespective of her opinions. It was a liberating moment, a moment of freedom. But my mother's response was not what I had hoped for. She ranted at me, told me that I looked ridiculous, that my clothing was offensive. She refused to use my new name and pronouns, and it was like a knife to the heart. I realized then that I had to make a choice between my own identity and my relationship with my mother. I chose myself, chose to continue my social transition, to become the woman I was meant to be. The years that followed were difficult, a constant push and pull between my desire for independence and my need for financial support. My mother would pull petty stunts, like redirecting my mail, using my dead name. It was a reminder that she would never accept me, that she would always try to control me. But I persevered, I kept moving forward, and I started my medical transition. I used my inheritance to fund my hormones, and it was a sense of freedom, of finally being able to be myself. But my mother's presence still hangs over me, a constant reminder of the pain and the stress that she's caused me. I find it difficult to work, to focus, because I'm always thinking about her, always wondering what she'll do next. I feel like I'm stuck in this never-ending cycle of drama and stress, and I don't know how to escape. I've tried to set boundaries, to limit our interaction, but it's hard when she's always trying to pull me back in. I've realized that I need to take care of myself, to prioritize my own well-being. I've started to distance myself from my parents, to create some space between us. It's not easy, but it's necessary. I need to find a way to move forward, to create a life that's free from their drama and their stress. I need to find a way to be myself, without apology, without fear of rejection. As I look back on my journey, I realize that it's been a long and difficult road. There have been moments of joy, of freedom, but there have also been moments of pain and sadness. I've had to fight for my identity, for my right to be myself. And it's not over yet, not by a long shot. I still have to deal with my mother's transphobia, her refusal to accept me. But I'm ready to face whatever comes next. I'm 23 now, and I'm finally starting to see a glimmer of hope. I've got a job, a chance to start my life, to create a new future for myself. I'm taking things one step at a time, focusing on my own well-being, my own happiness. I know that I'll always carry the scars of my past with me, but I'm determined to not let them define me. I'm determined to rise above, to create a life that's full of love, full of acceptance, full of freedom. As I stand here, looking back on my journey, I realize that it's been a journey of self-discovery, of growth. I've learned to love myself, to accept myself, and that's the greatest gift of all. I've learned that I don't need my mother's approval, that I don't need her love to be worthy. I'm worthy because I'm me, because I'm a unique and beautiful individual. And that's all that matters. So, I'll keep moving forward, one step at a time. I'll keep fighting for my identity, for my right to be myself. And I'll never give up, never surrender to the hate and the bigotry that's tried to hold me back. I'll rise above, I'll soar, and I'll create a life that's full of love, full of light, full of hope. Was I right to cut contact with my mother, or should I have tried to maintain a relationship despite her transphobia?
If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Drop your verdict in the comments below, subscribe for new stories every single day, and hit the notification bell so you never miss one.